and you're my best friend, then you should know you can talk to me about whatever, whenever. If there's a problem right now, talk to me about it right now. Don't talk to me about it when I'm trying to bring up a problem that you started and then try to act like I'm the one to blame. Don't victimize yourself like that, sweetheart. Don't. Welcome, Cronies. It is your girl Electra, Breezy in the cut. You already know the flex. Anyway, so I'm just gonna skip the long talking because I think this is gonna be a hella long story time. So let's get into it. So today's gonna be a story time about how my BFF is not my BFF anymore. And not the first one from the last video. This is a whole different shotty. Carrying on. So I'm gonna give you a rundown of how our friendship was in the beginning, and then the story's gonna start. So basically, met her in grade 9 summer school, going to grade 9, and then we were like friends-ish, for the 3 years of high school, and in grade 12 came like this, and then we were best friends for 2 years, I think. So anyways, and she's a very sensitive person, emotional person, and I was always trying to cater towards her feelings, or instead of being my full 100 self, I'd be 60%, because I have to be careful about what I say because it could hurt her feelings, and sometimes I'm just a little bit too blunt for some people to handle, and it would just be a problem, you know. And then I'd always check ooh, did I do something wrong? Is everything good? Am I supposed to be sorry right now? Do you get it? That's how it went. And then so close to before when this story started happening, I kept ranting to my girl, right? I'm listen, I'm tired of being the bigger person all the time. Why is it always me have to say sorry, and then instead of her? I was just whatever. But I didn't think the friendship was gonna end. But anyways, so yeah, that was happening, but it wasn't that serious. Maria would give me advice, I'd listen to it or not, and then there wouldn't even be a problem or whatever, you know? So this, from what you hear, you can tell I'm the and she's the Do you get it? So the story begins. Me, I invited her. Okay, we're gonna call her Jake. I invited Jake and Swelly to my house, and I gotta tell you about Swelly. Okay, Swelly, I only know Swelly through Jake, and Swelly is Jake's cousin. And black people family friend, we call them cousin, but they're not blood. Whatever. So we were friends, and then we all three of us became friends. We got closer, whatever, and there was a little bit of jealousy or anger or whatever, because me and Swelly were becoming a little bit too close. But it was whatever, because it was not I was neglecting Jake. Almost said her name. But anyways, so that could feel that on her side too, but it wasn't serious. So this one day, I invited Jake and Swelly to my house. I texted them. Mind you, it takes 2 buses to get from my house to Jake's house and vice versa. Therefore, if you're not in the mood, you could have stayed home, because it's not like she lives downstairs. It's kind of, it's kind of a mission. So Swelly gets to my house, we're cool and we're chilling, whatever. Then Jake comes, and from when she walked in, I could already tell the energy was off. But I'm hey, let me just let her get comfortable, she just came home, So whatever, we're in my bedroom, and it's just me and Swelly talking, and Jake is she's just on the corner of the bed, not talking to any of us, just on her phone. And then I forgot to tell you, a few days prior to this, she reunited with her elementary friend, and I was feeling a little bit she was being shady, but I'm maybe it's just maybe it's just nothing, but I felt some shade coming from since that started. But anyways, so she was on the bed not talking, and then I'm yo, are you good? Did I say something wrong earlier, or what is it? And she's no, I'm good. And then she just went back on her phone, and I'm okay. Didn't think anything of it. So me and Swelly are talking, trying to find a motive for all 3 of us to do, because it was a Friday night. What are we doing at home? What? And Jake still wasn't talking. So I asked her again. I'm yo, are you good? Is there a problem? Did me or her do anything wrong to you? Tell me what it is. And she's no, I'm good. So whatever, I'm okay, whatever, on time for this. So me and Swelly are talking, and then her phone rings, and I'm ooh, because at that time she was talking to a guy, whatever. So I thought it was the guy she was talking to. So I was trying to, you know, get in the FaceTime too. And then she's like, and then she walked out of my room, and I'm like, ooh. Cause my parents didn't know they were home. They were here. So her walking out of my room put me in the danger zone. And I'm like, yo, like, you can't be out there. Like, I'm gonna get in trouble. She's like, I'll be there in a minute. I'll be there in a minute. So then she was just on the phone for like 20 minutes in my living room. And then I looked back to see like, yo, what's going on? And then she's just over there taking Snapchats on the living room. And then my stepdad came out of the washroom in his towel, and he's a Capricorn, so you know his appearance is everything. And like he didn't know they were there, and it was that's just the whole problem. But anyways, so after Pastor came out, I told her, yo, get in here. So she got back, and I think she just stayed on her phone, and like she was just acting weird. And I was like, okay. So me and Swelly, we were like, hey, you know what? Let's I don't think I should be saying this on YouTube, but it's not nothing bad, like, it's legal. So we're like, yo, let's get some. And then, yeah, it's Jake. She didn't, like, really say anything. She just, like, came with us. So we went outside, went to go get the ting, whatever, and the whole time, like, the walk to where we were going and, like, while we were doing it and the walk back home, she was not talking to us at all. Like, she wasn't looking at us. You could clearly tell that the energy was wrong. Like, she's on her phone the whole time. Someone called her. She stayed on the phone for like over an hour while you're here. And I was kind of getting annoyed at this point because why are you in my house and you're not talking to me? Do you get that? Because if you didn't want to be here, like, it was optional. It's either yes or no. If it was a no, I would not have cared. But anyways, so she's just talking on the phone, and me and Swelly were just like, okay. Swelly was just cool, and she didn't really care, but I was getting annoyed because why are you in my house and you're not giving me attention? Anyways, so then, and while we were doing it, yeah, she still wasn't talking to us. We came home, and I ordered them food. I paid for the food. Like, Swelly, I think she's totally giving me money, but like, all in all, I paid for the food. And then while we were waiting for the food, my girl M-Dogs, I don't know if she wants me to say her real name, but I'm just gonna say M-Dogs because that's what I call her. Gang! M-Dogs, she was, I saw her downstairs, or I called her or something, I don't know, but either way, she came upstairs and we were all chilling in my crib, in my room, on my bed. So anyways, and at this point, Jake was still not like conversing with us really. Oh! I forgot a part. We came back and, or it was it before? I don't know, it doesn't really matter the timeline, but after a while, like, she, like, got off her phone, and she was like, like, she put herself, she was present now, but she was really only talking to Swelly, and I was like, okay. So she went to my washroom, and I went to washroom with her. I'm like, so, what's going on? She's like, what do you mean? Acting all stupid. And then I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, I don't get it. And then I'm like, we were talking, you weren't talking before, and now you're talking, like, what was the problem before? Like, did I do something? Like, what is it? And then she's like, I don't know what you're talking. What are you saying? I don't know. As if, like, the words that are coming out of my mouth are not English. And I'm like, bro, like, you weren't talking before, and now you are. Like, did I do something? Is there a problem? And I asked her so many times, and then, like, I cut, like, my voice kind of got, like, I raised my voice a little bit, and then she finally said it was nothing or something. I don't know, but I wasn't satisfied with the answer, because why are you making me beg? But anyways. So yeah, after that, Mona came up, and we were chilling. And then Jake said to Mona, because, oh, I said her name, but she said to M-Dog because she's like, oh, you're an Aquarius, so you guys are good at listening to problems, so let me tell you my problems. And me, being the fire sign that I am, this whole problem business, this whole negative energy business, like, can we not bring that to the table right now? Like, I'm trying to have fun on a Friday night. Like, we already had no motive. We have to stay home now. And now you want to talk about, like, negative stuff? Not here. And, like, so she said to Mona, like, yo, like, can I talk about my problems? And then I'm like, talk about your problems. It's gonna get us the mood. And, you know, I don't really want to have, like, a negative energy in here. I said it pretty nice. And she's like, I was talking to M-Dog. Oh, wait, hold on. because this ceiling, it's mine. The bed you're sitting on, that's mine too. The room we're in, I think this belongs to me. So the attitude, or is it coming from? Who are you giving it to? Swelly just paid for the activity we went to do. I paid for your food, and now you're gonna sit there on my bed in my room under my, giving me attitude. Don't do that. Especially when I did nothing to you, and especially when I was trying to ask you if I did anything wrong. I was like basically putting the unknown blame on me so I can understand if you were like okay or not. And now you're gonna sit here and give me attitude after you're the one who wants to spread negative energy in this room, in my room. So I'm like, I'm not even, because M-Dog was here, I'm not gonna like start arguing with her for another friend, you know, embarrass her because I would win. But anyways, and then what happened after that? So I let the conversation happen, and then she was talking about, sorry, interruption, I don't really know where I stopped, but I can't remember what she said, but she said something, something about like she would actually die for someone if she loved them or whatever, and I was like, what? I would never. Oh, and she said something else, but I think it's kind of personal, so I won't say it. And then I posted it, and I'm like, I don't even know what I said. But basically, I probably said something insensitive because that's a Sagittarius person that I do, and I don't know. And then she was salty, but I didn't think it was anything to be salty over. And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. I'm not saying it again though, just so she knows that this is the last time, because I'm saying sorry for no reason, like I don't mean it. But anyways, and then she was salty over that, but like it was whatever. And then me, Mona, we went to go downstairs to, you know, whatever. And then she said something about like how if her day is going bad because of someone else and she goes to work, then like the way she feels, she's gonna put on other people too. And I'm like, whoa, that's bad. Like I wouldn't do that, whatever. And like I just feel like we were realizing that how different we actually were. But I didn't think the friendship was gonna end. But let me get there. So after that, when she went home, it was still like the energy was still kind of off. And she went home, she messaged me, and she's like, yeah, I don't think fire signs and water signs go together because she's a water sign. And then I'm like, okay. And she was like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna just get the screenshot because I'm pretty sure I still have it, but I'll put it right here because no, it's not here. But basically, like when she went home, she was messaging me things that like it was subliminally saying that she doesn't want to be my friend anymore, or she was saying that we don't work well together. But the thing is, like, we were best friends for like 2 years, and we've been the same signs for like 2 years. And just because now we know about astrology now, and what you're reading is saying, oh, Sagittarius and that water sign, that's gonna change your perspective. It's been working all this time, and now because you read something, you're gonna make it change. Doesn't really make sense. So if we count all the events leading up to that night where she messaged me, where she was being shady after she met her friend, where she was giving me attitude in my room, under my roof, on my bed for no reason, after eating the food that I paid for. She paid me back though. And then going home and messaging me that we're not a match. What am I supposed to think? I'm not gonna want to be near you because clearly you don't want to be me. I could take a hint. So anyways, so the next day, I was thinking maybe she just had a bad night, you know? So maybe like she would just give me attitude because of what she felt or whatever, or like maybe she just, you know, tell me like, oh, my bad for treating like that, or like, you know, my bad for whatever. I wasn't expecting a paragraph, just be like, my bad, explain why, or don't even explain why. I'm sorry, that's all I wanted to hear. And she didn't like FaceTime me, no message, no memes on Instagram. If there's no memes on Instagram, it's a serious thing. And I'm like, okay, I didn't care. And the thing with me, like, if you give me a reason not to like you, I'll find a million other reasons why I shouldn't like you. And my mind, like, I'll change in my mind, like, it's over. Like, I do not like you anymore. So within like that 24 hours, I didn't care. No, 48 hours, it was 2 days. I did not care. Like, I'm like, yo, bun her. Like, we're not friends, so be it. But, oh no, I didn't think like that, but I didn't care about her anyway. But then the next day, I invited Swelly to go to Jackassers because, yo, we did the same, with her, we did the same thing. Like, we'd always go to the same places, eat the same food, do the same stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just want some change, I want some different. So we did something different, and like, that day when I went to go chill with Swelly, I felt so relaxed. Like, I could just say anything I want, I could just be 100% myself because she's a fire sign too, she can handle me. And like, I didn't have to worry about what I said to her, like if I hurt her feelings or if any of my jokes were offensive, you know. I just felt so relaxed. Plus, everything we were doing was different from the whole like cycle that we were in before, and I felt like so much better. So like it was nice, whatever. On the Monday, that's when I made up my mind. I'm like, it's over, cut off ting. Like I'm not messaging her, I'm not calling her. We're not on speaking terms right now at all. Like not even right now, forever. And I do not care about her no more. The likeness part is gone. I do not like her no more. Like that's just, I don't know, I just lose feelings fast. Like I don't care. So I think it was on the Wednesday. Swelly was at my house. Jake messaged both of us saying something, and I'm like, okay, because I was confused as to why she was messaging me. And then she was messaging Swelly. She's like, no, I think I made Swelly message her. She's mad or something, I don't know, but basically they're having a conversation about me and like how I'm mad and like how Jake doesn't understand why I'm mad and da 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 da. So I felt like she finally got Jake to message me. So I'm like, let the games begin. So she's like, are you actually mad? And I'm like, what do you think? And she's like, ugh, tell me why you're mad. And I'm like, first of all, and she's like, here we go. Don't here we go me. Like, that just made me like 10 times more angry, but here we go. Here we go where? Anyways. And she's like, here we go. And I'm like, huh. I'm like, first of all, you walk up in my house with a stank attitude. I get it. You have your days. But I asked you multiple times if you're good. Like, is there a problem? You continuously say, no, you're good. Then you go on FaceTime with different people, but you're still not talking to me, but you're in my house. Okay. Then we go get what we get, which you didn't pay for, and still not paying attention to none of us, and you're still on the phone with somebody else. Nobody forced you, bro. Like, you could have left, or you could have stayed home. Then when you start talking, I ask, why weren't you talking before? Like, how many times? Like, how many times I asked you? And then you proceed to act stupid, like you don't understand simple English, replying back with quotation, what do you mean? And the worst part, when M-Dogs came and you want to talk about your problems in my room, and I said, don't kill the vibe. Oh, I think I missed the message, but basically I said what she replied with. And then she's like, man, all this reading, or just all the reading because, you know, I'm not even good at this right now. And I'm like, meanwhile, you're in my room on my bed, disrespecting me?